I'm not gonna lie, yesterday, last night, I felt completely defeated. Just because they're so open about what's happening, and it's happening at such a fast rate. I've been trying to warn you for a long time now. You don't want to listen. I'm telling you right now, you better prepare your family and your circle for what's coming. Don't comply. They're going to be coming to everyone's doorstep. You're not going to be able to hide from this. You're not going to be able to move from this. It's going to hit every single corner of this earth. I hope you're all having a good day. Please take care of yourselves.
It's about to get real. Now, I don't know what preparedness means to some of you, but baby, you better go ahead and get prepared. And if you waiting for the news to tell you, oh, well, you need to run out, you need to get this, it's too late.
Hi, I don't know what you've been doing. If you've been collecting supplies, water, extra container of Band-Aids, Neosporin, or you have upped it to maybe even getting a backup power generator. But if I were you, I would get into high gear. Things are not good right now. They're going to get worse. And you need to have something to fall back on. If you listen to no other videos that I've made, listen to this one.
I don't know if everybody is paying attention, but times are getting really hard. I've had a lot of friends that had good jobs for years being laid off. I've had people hit me up and asking to use me as recommendations and referrals and seeing if I could put them on things. And I'm just paying attention to the climate out here, and it's getting pretty rocky. I've also had numerous friends tell me how hard it is to get a job right now. It's a lot of interviews. People are going through the interview process and going to 2, 3, 4 rounds of interviewing and still not getting called back. I know people that's putting in 30, 40 applications a day, and they've been doing that for over 30 days. Still not getting anything substantial called back. So I'm like, I don't know if everybody's aware of how bad things are and how bad things are going to get. We're also like on the verge of going to war. There's countries in war right now. And I think because of so much distractions in the media and in like social media and entertainment and people keeping up with all this bullshit online, people are really numb to what's going on outside. But I say all that to say, a storm is coming, and some people have already felt it, but it's nothing like what it's going to feel like when it really hits. All y'all that's buying jewelry, getting new cars, just adding to y'all motherfucking expenses and y'all workload and y'all overhead. I really hope you've taken in consideration that what you're making now might not be what you'll be making in a few months to a year. So you might need to recalculate some of these things before you keep taking on new burdens. Yeah, good luck.
Number of preppers in this country has more than doubled. Go find an empty bag in your house. Any kind of bag, preferably a backpack. If you don't have an extra backpack, find a reusable bag. Tens of millions of people now identify as preppers, and now is a really stupid time to start calling these people naysayers.
Listen, to all the people that keep saying nothing is going to happen, no one is going to do anything about this, I promise you, something is about to happen. What I have experienced over the course of the last 2 days, I don't think I've ever experienced anything like this. The closest that I've experienced would be right after 9/11. If you are old enough to remember what it was like, it was total uniformity. There was flags everywhere. America was totally aligned in one mission. That is what this country is. The amount of DMs, I cannot keep up with the amount of people DMing me right now asking to get organized. This is insane. Think about all of the rage and everything that happened in 2020. This is 100 times that. People are getting madder and madder, and nobody's doing anything to quell their anger. Nothing is happening. People are just getting more and more upset. Seriously, think about this. Every conspiracy theorist that you've ever known, which we can't even call them that ever, but there's always been in your group, in your friend group, in your coworker group, there's always been a conspiracy theorist. And what happened? Did they just stop when you made fun of them? Did they just give up? No, they just got madder and madder. It becomes part of their identity. Once you know, you can't unknow. Once you know the insane injustice that is happening, you can't unknow. That's what's happening. That's what's happening to everybody in this whole country. I promise you, something is going to happen.
See, this is why I think they're going to shut down the grid, dude. Because what's going to happen is the unity voice is going to get so loud, and then they're just going to shut the whole thing down, because it's like flipping the game table over, right? Like, you know you're going to lose, you're about to lose, you're like, F it. And you flip the game over, and that's what they're going to do, bro. Yeah. They have the ability to do it. You better start thinking about what's going to happen if that happens.
We only have one peaceful option left. I don't think we're going to make it to midterms.
Hey, what's up, fam? How you doing? I'm hoping that you are doing great from wherever you're watching this video from. Now, Americans are warning each other about something that is yet to come. Probably some people know something. There is a huge economic depression that is coming, and people are preparing. And remember, there are a couple of videos that I started talking about all these economist professors trying to warn people to get prepared for the worst that is coming. And I think this is the time that America has reached one of its last stages. That is the full-blown state, where now we see the empire collapses. But it comes because the toll goes down to American citizens, right? People who feel the weight of the gravity is the American citizens. These are the same folks that are right now coming out and warning each other about what is yet to happen, because people have sensed danger. People have sensed that something is happening, from mass layoffs, from people not getting jobs, people being homeless, people who cannot even afford food, and everything that is happening. We can clearly see the signs, and the signs are here. Now, what can people do? My biggest question is, right now, maybe I'm talking to a person who has been laid off. Maybe I'm talking to a person who is homeless. Maybe I'm talking to a person who is watching this video from their cars. Understand that I get it, and I feel you, right? From, honestly, I feel you. But I saw it to be so imperative for me to share with you the preparedness that people wanted to share in regards to what's really going on in the United States right now. We can definitely see there's a huge craziness that is going on, and people are getting prepared. But my biggest question is, how are you going to prepare when you have nothing you've put down for yourself? Probably we've seen people trying to, their form of preparedness is to like get out of the United States and try different places. Some people are moving to Asia, some people are moving to Africa, some people are moving to some people are moving to the Latin countries, right? So if you try to understand the preparedness that these folks are talking about, it's an awakening that is going on, brothers and sisters. So I just want us to watch this video, and then I'll be back, because people are sharing nuggets, things that are important for American citizens, especially right now when things are going crazy and everything that is happening. So brothers and sisters, I want us to watch this video, and then I'll be back with my thoughts and commentaries in regards to this. And if you're watching me for the first time, you know, I'm your host and Zeta Agent Stories. Thank you for taking your time for tuning in so that we can all learn and see what's really happening across the world. So let's watch the video. I'll be back.
So we have to do this soon. Everybody keeps asking what they can do. Well, I may have a solution. Somebody may have a better idea, but this is what I got. I don't normally ask people to like and share videos, but I'm going to ask you here on this one to get it to the people who can organize this and get it where it needs to go. The people with the big platforms, some of the other groups that can actually organize an official date and time to kick this thing off, okay? So that's out of the way. What I want you to do is nothing. And if all of us do nothing together, we can make a difference. The game only works when people play it. And so we opt out. We pick a date. I have one in mind already, coming up relatively soon. We got to get the word out. And we don't go to work. We don't go to school. We don't put gas in our cars. We don't eat at restaurants. We do nothing. We stay home. That's about as peaceful as you can get. You don't have to do anything, and you can still make a difference. So cops stay home, firefighters stay home, restaurant workers stay home. Everybody stays home that physically can. There's a few jobs that I won't mention here, but they know who they are, that they have to go to work. Like, for everybody, they have to go to work. Everybody else, we're staying home. We're not doing a damn thing. Now, it shouldn't take too long of doing nothing for the whole thing to come grinding to a halt. Will people lose their jobs? Yes, that's going to happen. Are there going to be consequences? Yeah, some foreseen, some unforeseen. But the consequences from this are far less severe than if we allow this to continue the way it's going.
Hi, I don't know what you've been doing. If you've been collecting supplies, water, extra container of Band-Aids, Neosporin, or you have upped it to maybe even getting a backup power generator. But if I were you, I would get into high gear. Things are not good right now. They're going to get worse. And you need to have something to fall back on. If you listen to no other videos that I've made, listen to this one.
Let me first say that I'm not an expert in this, but I have been reading and I have been listening to a lot of people way smarter than me, and I want to give you some small, bite-sized, practical things you can do. And number one, be prepared. Just like if there was going to be a snowstorm or a winter storm that you might be in your house for a little while, rice and beans, people, that whole deal that we've talked about before. Number two, we have to build community. If you don't talk to your neighbors, now is the time to start. If you haven't talked to your neighbor across the street in 10 years and you think it's awkward now, get over it. Go knock on the door and say, hey, you want to have a cup of coffee? Hey, I want to take a walk around the block. Start neighborhood watches. Start phone trees. Start things like that, because we may lose access to information like this. So those are the first two baby steps. More's coming. And watch other creators, because I certainly don't have it all figured out. I will share with you what I learn, because I love my family. Go love your neighbor.
How long do we honestly think this level of corruption, instability, and moral decay can continue before something really breaks for good? History is not vague about this. Every major empire believed it was different. Rome, they thought they were permanent. So did the Ottoman Empire. So did Britain at its peak. They all had warning signs. Corruption at the top, complete loss of public trust, widening wealth gaps, social division, foreign conflicts, distracted citizens. Stability erodes slowly, then all at once. Civilizations, they don't collapse in a day. They rot from within until pressure exposes the weaknesses. And when confidence in institutions finally cracks, events accelerate fast. Financial shocks, civil unrest, supply chain disruption, power struggles. History shows this pattern over and over. And I'm sorry, but the lone wolf fantasy is a lie. Isolation is weakness. What survives collapse are skills, discipline, tight community. It's time to learn real survival skills, get real training, build strong local networks. We have to know our neighbors. We have to strengthen our family. Because when stress hits a nation, it doesn't reward comfort. It rewards the prepared and the united.
You are not preparing yourself in your personal life for the other shoe to drop, then you should be. I will be the first to admit that I thought preppers were crazy, because I, even with my background in history and learning, did not think that there was going to be any possibility of our society breaking down, which was
stupid and arrogant. I will freely admit that. And let me just preface this by saying I know there are a lot of people who are really struggling right now and truly cannot afford to be preparing themselves. I understand that. I got you. I'm not trying to be rude, but understand that if shit truly pops off, there are going to be limited resources that government, cities, etc. are able to provide. And if you did not plan for it and you use up some of the resources that were meant for people who truly had nothing and cannot prepare the way that you can, come on.
Start storing water, and that doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need to go buy bottles. Reuse stuff, your old milk jugs, your old soda bottles, just make sure you wash them out well. If you have an old pasta sauce jar or an old jelly jar, or you just have random Stanleys that you don't use anymore, fill those up with water. Next is, if you're able, you need to start working out. Think of it this way. If there was an emergency, somehow you found yourself in an unsafe situation, can you run away? Can you get yourself out? If you had to, walk a few miles to maybe get home or something, can you do that? And if you have kids, can you carry your kids? Can you get your kids out safely? If you have pets, can you carry your pets out safely? You want to remove yourself from any unsafe situations, and you need to be able to do that. You need to be able to get your kids, anyone relying on you, you need to be able to get them out as well. And the last thing we can all do is use the internet. It's free. Google, watch YouTube, rent books from the library, learn new skills, watch YouTube videos on cooking without power, or how to purify water, rent library books on how to repair cars. Make yourself useful, make your brain filled with knowledge that if something really bad happened, you can take care of yourself, but also give yourself a skill maybe to barter with or to make money with. Knowledge is free, and we have access to so much.
Bro, I'm just done. I just want to know when we light the torches and get the pitchforks, because we just need to burn this down and start the over. So, you with me?
It's time to leave the country. 100%. It's time to leave. That rhetoric on Greenland and everything else and Gestapo in the streets, it's time to leave. Because it's either going to be fighting in the streets, a world war, or just straight up authoritarian regime, and everybody just doesn't care, or they're too apathetic to care. And I'm not like that. I'm getting my kids the out of here, and I suggest you all do the same. Give your kids a better life. Get them out of this country.
I'm going to tell you guys what's coming, okay? Because I think we need to be very clear-eyed about what's coming, and it's very obvious. On the second day of this year, I posted a video, and I said that I very strongly feel like 2026 is giving resolution, but through a lot of struggle and strife and very negative stuff, but that it's necessary to get to where we need to be. Well, we're not even that many days into this year, and I am already being proven right. Here's what's coming, folks, okay? Be prepared. We are walking our way right into a state versus federal conflict with us citizens in the middle, and I guess divided on those lines. That's what we're headed towards, and there will be clashes, we'll call them, okay? And there are going to be American citizens who are not going to comply. You weirdos that always said you wouldn't let the government tread on you are very happy apparently to let the government tread on you, so you're going to, I guess. But there are going to be people who will not allow that to happen to themselves or to their neighbors, and they will fight back. And apparently the state's National Guard of blue states are going to be there to protect their citizens. So this is what's coming. I just need you to prepare yourself for headlines and for video of this kind of thing, because it is going to be terrifying. I think we don't have any other choice at this point, though. I don't know what other way there is. So wrap your head around it now, make your peace with it now, make your plans, talk things out with your family that you live with. What do you do if they come to your door? What's the plan? Figure shit out, because I'm telling you that's what's coming.
This is it, guys. This is the tipping point. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I'm going to tell you how to prepare for the impending civil and world war. And I know that sounds scary, and I'm not trying to fearmonger here, but please stay with me. Today, J.D. Vance went on record and publicly declared that ICE officer who shot Renee Good has absolute immunity before an investigation is even complete, and they have all of the facts. So you know what else that means? That means he thinks he has immunity, and Trump has immunity. He just gave every member of ICE permission to unalive Americans. Let me repeat that. Our vice president of the United States gave total immunity to ICE, to off Americans. Don't get it twisted. This is state-sanctioned harm. The same shit that happened in 1930s and 1940s Germany. They are telling us that our lives come second to their authority. And here's the part that people might want to hear. If you are actually paying your taxes still, well, you can stop now. Because for the last year, they have taken away our rights, our benefits, our opportunity in the United States, and now they've actually taken away our protection. And our government is co-signing government agencies hunting us down and saying that it is okay. Meanwhile, they want to send $100,000 to each citizen in Greenland while most of us can't even frickin' buy food. We are being destabilized internally while things are escalating with Russia, with China, with Venezuela, with Europe, and more. We have a target on our backs right now, and we're supposed to pretend like this is all normal? Hell no. This is how societies slide into civil conflict, with erosion, with fear, and with unchecked power. And so this is what I'm going to leave you with. We didn't call World War I and World War II those names when they were happening, okay? Let that sink in. 2, you need to stop paying your taxes, and you need to keep cash on hand, and you need to have things that you can barter. 3, I hate to say it, but you need to be prepared in your homes, and you need to know how to protect yourself. So take that for what it's worth. I know that this feels heavy. It is. But if we have learned anything from history, it is that power without accountability always turns on the people. And it is time that we stand up.
What I'm about to say is probably going to sound crazy. It is going to make me a radical, and that's fine with me. I don't give a shit anymore. We are at the start of the American Civil War. I said it yesterday. I'm going to say it again. We're not voting our way out of this. If we make it to the midterm elections, that shit is not going to count. Your vote is not going to matter because they've already told us that 2024 election was manipulated. That vote was rigged. Okay? Elon Musk said it. Donald Trump said it. Voting is not going to matter anymore. Okay? These content creators that are lying to you and telling you just to vote in the midterms, just to vote in the midterms, stop listening to them. All they're doing is giving you anxiety and stressing you the out and leading you down the naive path. All right? What you're going to do instead, right now, is go buy 4, go buy 10. I don't give a learn how to some shit in your backyard. If it is safe to do so, go to the gun range, go get training. I'm sure there are liberal and democratic whatever influencers or people around you that will train you on how to use a firearm, okay?
This is what it's going to take. It's literally going to be a group of people using their First Amendment right, pushing back at an army, a firecracker, a rogue person, a trigger-happy agent's ultimately going to set off the storm, and you need to be prepared. Again, food, water, ways to cook things, non-perishable items, ways to defend yourself. If you're not into pew-pews, maybe get some of that sweet spray that they like to blast at everybody. It's available online. It's just, I do want to point out that this is a situation that could stop everything. Gas station, grocery stores, everything you need to get through daily life. You might have a bunch of people that are unwilling to go to work or afraid to go to work. And you're going to have a lot of people that are not going to go to work because they're not going to take this shit anymore. The upside to that is that same infrastructure that we rely on, this little army also relies on. Air traffic controllers, rental car companies, all of these things that they need to exist, they also use. They're not just crippling us, we're crippling them. Just be prepared. I'm telling you, this is a Boston MAS situation where it's going to take one event, and that we've already been pushed to the brink, but this is going to end up as a mass pew-pewing that takes out a lot of innocent people's lives because these people won't stand down and they think they can control everything, and that's fine. That's apparent that that's where this administration is at, and people need to prepare accordingly. I'm just going to keep repeating this every few days until people realize how dire this situation could be. I mean, this could be a point where cell phone towers are shut down, electrical grids are shut down to try to stop any continued dissidence from people, like people just pushing back. It's you just have to understand where we are. We've seen this play out in other countries. We're watching it play out in a different one right now.
Look, if you're not observant and you're not seeing what's going around in this country for the last several months, you need to wake up and open your eyes. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that so you can start to get prepared. Look at every single day. There's something else new going on, something else major happening, and it just keeps continuing. So for yourself and for your family, if you listen to anything that I have to say, please start preparing to help your family and yourself. Make sure you have extra food. Make sure you have extra water. Make sure you have a plan if communication goes down, where you're gonna meet, where you're gonna stay. Make sure you have that bug out bag or a go bag if you need to leave quickly, that you have essential items in there. I'm not here spreading fear, but honestly, the track record of what's going on, it doesn't look like it's getting better. It's only getting worse. You need to remember that your main priority is you and your family. Throw out all the noise in the background, throw out all the bullshit that's going on, and just focus on making sure you and your family are prepared.
I want us to be unbothered, but I do not want us to be unprepared. I want to give you 3 tips of how to prepare for what's coming up next in this storm. Number 1, I want you to stack your paper. Make as much money as you can. Do your side hustles, do whatever, save your money. Number 2, I want you to prepare your house. Make sure that your home has plenty of food, water, and protection. And you know what I mean by protection. Okay? And number 3, keep your eyes open. If you think things are bad now, they're going to get worse. They are tired of our unbotheredness, and they're going to keep pushing the line. I want you guys to hold the line, stay unbothered, and be prepared.
I'm people watching today. I'm seeing young couples, I'm seeing kids, and I'm seeing them just living normal lives and enjoying reality. And yet they are unaware of what the powers above us are doing to ruin our world. We didn't ruin our world. They ruined our world. And then when I think about it, right, with what is on its way, apart from Agenda 2030, the kind of stuff that's going to happen before Agenda 2030, for them to rise with the power that they want and for us to accept it, is that there's going to be things happening now that mean, and I mean 2027. And I can't be too transparent about it, because if I am, I think I might cause myself issues. So I need to get out before I do. Exit, protect. Now, when I say exit, if you can exit, great. If you can't exit, then protect. Protect yourself in such a way. My meaning is not just about, arming yourself or getting a dog for protection or that kind of thing, securing your homes. I'd probably suggest doing some of that too. However, protect yourself, because when these wars occur, they don't occur on a physical front, a military, let's say. They'll occur financially, right? So if you have got debt, get rid of it. If you've got a mortgage, I've said this before and I'm saying it again, downsize. Put yourself in a position that you are secure. So if you're staying, secure yourself and prepare yourself with, food and other things in place that will get you by where you might have to stay inside for a while, if that becomes the case, because I believe that it is. And I'm going to do some more digging. I'm going to post more about it. I'm Sarah Hayati. I make money make sense, but this money sense, it's not just about finance, and it's not just about mortgages, and it's not just about savings and investments. It's the money sense that occurs around the world that is coming.
There's a video going viral about the banks and their liquidity, and out of the thousands of comments that are in there, I saw like 3 that actually know what's going on. You guys have got to go and do some real research. Go and look up what the Federal Reserve actually is. Go and look up the gold standard. See what happened in 1971. Our dollar is fiat. There is zero backing it. It is worthless. The banks are going to fall. The system will collapse. It's happening right now. And if you don't understand, I don't know what to tell you. Go and do your research. You've got to be prepared. Renew your heart and your mind, because things are coming that are going to shock you. So you have got to be prepared. Stop listening to mainstream media. Go do your own research. And when you understand what the Federal Reserve is, it is Go do your research. I can't tell you. You have to go look it up for yourself because that is the only way you're going to get it. Stop listening to mainstream videos and these people that don't know what they're talking about. Go look it up for yourself. Things are coming and it's going to be rough for a time. And you need to make sure you are prepared. Okay. I don't mean to yell at you, but go research. Have a good day.
How am I preparing for the not taking the digital ID? Well, right now I'm homeless, right? I have no money or anything like that. I'm gonna be learning skills, and I'm going to school to be a teacher because I'll make a post about this, but the future of education is going to be completely at home, aka COVID was a good example of what that's going to look like. So I'm actually being prepared by having an education degree, because my kids eventually, or my kids' are gonna be taught on a computer or a laptop in the future. Learning new skills. I'm learning how to make my own clothes. I'm learning I already planted a garden at my mom's house, how to grow food, and that will benefit her since I don't have my own land. And so there's skills and then the only thing would be water is going to be difficult. But right now, those are the two skills that I'm making. I'm learning how to crochet, learning how to sew, learning how to buy products, using family members' land to make a garden. It benefits them, it benefits you, it all makes sense, right? And these are a couple things that I'm doing to get ready because I'm not taking the digital ID.
I'm pretty sure that my family thinks I'm crazy, but I've been stocking up on more food, and I even bought 2, to start off with, food grade 5-gallon buckets to get more rice and beans in bulk because I don't want weevils. I don't want other pests. I'm fine with them thinking I'm crazy because you know what? They can think I'm crazy and be thankful for it someday. And if not, they can think I'm crazy and we'll still have food. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Alright, this is cart number 1 and this is cart number 2. Come with us to Costco to get all of our pantry staples for a year. I took inventory of everything. You can go check out my other video that I have posted about that. So I have a whole list of everything that we're gonna need to get. He said he has to put his shoes in sports mode for this. You should get one of those orange carts. Alright, let me get my list out. Yeah, 3 boxes of white, just a whole box.
Yeah, just put it.
I think I want to mix these, so I'm gonna do paprika. This one, 8 of them. 5 bread flour and 5 all-purpose flour. I'm making him put it back because it's $9.49 for those bags, and obviously those are better for us, but these are $15.49 for a 50-pound bag, and this will last us a lot longer. So we're gonna get 2 of these or 3 of these. Making him get his workout in today. Thanks. Okay, I didn't get everything I need. I got mostly everything. So let's go check out. Guess the total in the comments. I'm a little scared. Every time I come to Costco, I get scared to check out. All right, this is cart number 1 and this is cart number 2.
Peanut butter and stuff.
All right, this is what it looks like. All right, did you guys guess the total in the comments? The total was $1,032.10. I had a $98.50 off because when you shop at Costco, you get 2% back with an exclusive membership. So my total was $933.60. I didn't get everything I needed. There's a couple more things that I do have to get. So I'm gonna go probably next month and get those things at like a regular store, probably like Walmart or something. But for the most part, I got everything off my list that I needed. So my budget was $1,000 and I stayed in my budget, so I'm happy with it.
Hello brothers and sisters, welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you are doing great from wherever you're watching this video from. Again, I'm your host and presenting Stories. Indeed, American citizens were set up for failure. The system is not working. The people that should represent people are not representing them in the right way. The corporate America keeps on benefiting off the struggles, keep on benefiting off the stressful life that American citizens are going through. Indeed, a mistake happened. People voted against their own will, and now the repercussions are there. But what happened has happened. The biggest question is, this thing is affecting majority of people, and it's affecting even the mental health. It's affecting how people are trying to perceive all these things that are happening. It is not easy, especially when you live in a country where you used to expect certain type of payment, but now all of a sudden you're going where no payment. You have no savings because according to the research, people don't have even emergency funds in the United States. 70% of the people don't have emergency fund. Emergency fund is something like $500, right? People don't have that. So it shows you, even if we are trying to tell people to prepare, of course, it is good that the message reach people out there. But my question that I have is, why are you, okay, not how. How will people prepare when they have nothing to use for the preparedness? Some people are already in their full-blown stage. Some people are already preparing. It means that the hit is different. We have people that have already received the impact. We have people that are bracing for the impact. So we have these two groups at the moment. But at the end of the day, this message is still important. But all in all, I really am a subscriber to letting you know what people really have to say in regards to what is really going on, and just getting to see the craziness, just getting to see how the corporate America is ripping off people's future. People have even lost hope. People no longer value family. People don't want to have kids, but do you think that they're the ones to blame? Because they're living in a society where you are trying to survive for your own. So bringing somebody else to the world, if I reason with what's really happening, it's really doing an injustice to even to the unborn. So there's so many things that philosophically that needs to be discussed. How the economy shapes the world, how we are seeing a social change and all these social patterns, and how they are affecting American citizens. You can definitely get to see the crazy part. You can get to see the craziness that is going on. How the economics changes the dynamics of life. How economic changes how people perceive relationship, how people perceive marriage, how people perceive responsibilities. Understand that we are living in a generation where people are not seeing value in having kids because they are questioning the system. Why should we have kids if we cannot give them something? They are going to suffer, and they're not ready to do that. So that's what's going on, and that's what's up. So while I was going through the comment section, the following are the things that I saw. Now, the illusion of freedom will continue as long as it's profitable to continue the illusion. At the point where the illusion becomes too expensive to maintain, they will just take down the scenery. They will pull back the curtains, and they will move to the tables and chairs out of the way, and you will see the brick wall at the back of the theater. That's according to Frank Zappa. I tried warning people for years on Facebook. I got zero engagement. The masses kept hitting the snooze button, and they are about to be blasted out of the bed with a fire hose. You cannot dodge what is coming. You cannot run. You can never go back to 2019. It's crazy that this is happening. Now, hey, don't worry. The data centers will fix everything. Prepare for the worst, people. And AI and greed has caused mass unemployment. I was laid off for 11 months and filled out 1,348 applicants in that time. And the only job that hired me this April was a manual labor entry job paying $22 an hour. And I've been working corporate for the past 15 years, making over 6 figures. I see this where they want us to be, struggling, angry, and relying on them. Stick together and prepare for whatever, people. A society became totalitarian when its structure became flagrantly artificial. That is, when it's the ruling class has lost its function, but succeeds in clinging to power by force or fraud. That's according to George Orwell, right? I'm a cleaner at a dealership bank's office, and people garbage cans were always filled with fast food garbage, and now not so much. They're just eating little snacks and energy drinks, so it's like half the garbage. I can see people cutting back. Last night I went to a Little Caesars around 7:30. That's a place has always been a madhouse with people waiting around everywhere and workers frazzled out of their minds. I walked in and they said, "Fortina?" and reached into the pizza portal for my order. They want any orders. Nobody was there except me. For a Saturday night, that is insane. At the local grocery store, they are trying to sell food on clearance the day before its expiration. They're just to get some profit, but there is so much of it going bad that's being thrown out. Even in the meat department, I seen some expensive porterhouse stick turning brown that will need to be cooked the same day. I bet nobody bought it. The signs are literally everywhere. It's crazy. The first rule of preparing is you do not talk about preparing. The second rule of preparing is you do not talk about it. But how? Our nation is out of time. Corruption has sorted our way of life, our morals, and our ethics. We are absolutely on the verge of collapse. Not just our country, but the rest of the world as well. It is time to prepare yourselves and hope for the best. Crazy times, and things are really happening. Hoarding food and water is not a suitable strategy. What you have will run out if the grind stays down. Learn how to find food and water in nature. Get and read books. Learn how to actually survive. And also, being a lone wolf or a small group can work in your favor if you actually know how to live off-grid. Large groups of people turn on each other when food and water run out. Like that hoard of food and water you have will get stolen when you get desperate. You even get killed for it. Your best bet to be off in the wilderness, sustaining yourself away from the mess. Also, guns are useless when you run out of bullets. Important. People are sharing nuggets that are important, right? You need to learn to live without electricity. An EMP will probably take place soon. We'll take out the internet, cell phones, and most electronics. Out to books and tools, propane, cook stoves. Our lives will be like the 80s, 1800s. Plant a garden for food. It will take years for the country to rebuild. What you have is what you own. Living with an oil lamp is not that bad. Actually nice when I test mine. Stay safe. Trusting the untrustable is not good, and it has never been. Systems are planned and created for the benefit of those who design them. We all know they are trying to kill us, yet we do nothing about it. We need to take a page out of their playbook, come together, and get them out. People are sharing nuggets that are really, really important, and I don't know. Maybe it's too late, or maybe it's not. But all in all, I believe that the nuggets that are shared in this video, they are so much important. So brothers and sisters, please let me know what you all think about everything that is going on currently. I'm not trying to share with you a disillusioned message, but I think this is the best time for me to be there, share with you all this information so that we can be at the same pace, because we have people that are sharing this information, and I think it's important if I share it with my Black community, right? So please let me know what you all think about this video. Again, just a reminder, I'm your host and presenter Agent Stories, and for those watching for the first time, I'm asking you to please subscribe to the channel, join the membership. I really get to see what I can offer you. But until then, I'm hoping to see you on my next video. Peace, love, and harmony. Salute.